Hi, today we're going to do something different. We're going to do an Australian iconic dessert, Lamingtons, but we're going to do a little spin on it, little Lamington Monsters. We'll decorate them at the end. First thing we need to do is make the butter sponge for the Lamingtons. That's going to form structure in the base. So what we need to do is I've got butter at room temperature, and I've got the caster sugar. I'm going to pour into this bowl here, and we're going to use this mixer to beat it till it's light and fluffy. So I've been whipping the butter and sugar together for about 2 minutes with the mixer. Now you can't help it, stuff's going to start flicking everywhere. That's okay, we can clean it up later. But I've stopped it here so I can show you. I want to get this to like a white colour so it looks like whipped cream. And I've been using a spoon because sometimes it gets mixed around the edges. Bring it back with a spoon, then use the mixer again. Okay, so I've creamed the butter and sugar together. It's still got a little yellow tinge, but that's okay because it's all going to be mixed up soon. The reason why we do the creaming method is for aeration. Now we're trying to achieve a buttery sponge. We want the sponge to rise. So now I'm going to use this whisk so I've got more control, so I can beat in one egg at a time. Now if you had a stand mixer, that would be a lot better, but in this case I'm going to the whisk for more control. And I've got 3 eggs here. I want to add them in one at a time and whisk them until they combine in so it doesn't curdle. So we'll start off with the first egg. Just mix it in, just so it all combines, and you can see it's like got a velvety texture and it's not going to curdle. I've just added in the last egg now, and as you can see the mixture hasn't split, it's still one mix. Now the next part, I've got some milk with vanilla essence, and I've got self-raising flour here. I'm going to add it in slowly, a little bit at a time, until it becomes one mix. So I'm going to add half the flour in now, and I'll then add half the milk, and I'll whisk it up with a whisk. Half the flour, half the milk. Now you're just going to mix it, fold it around from the edges. This will become one mix. Mix is ready made. I was lucky enough to find this square muffin tray at the supermarket. If you don't have a muffin tray like this, you can actually use a square rectangular tray, but for this instance I'm lucky, so we've got this. Right, so we're on the home stretch now. I've just got a couple more to fill up and then I'll put in the oven. As you can see, I did grease this beforehand and I'll 3/4 fill them to the top. If you fill them any higher, it'll spill out. You don't want that to happen. So I'll just finish off these last 2, or 3 I should say. And then we're good to go. These are ready to go in the oven now. I'm going to put them in at 160 with the fan on for roughly 25 minutes, or until a skewer is inserted and it comes out clean. Whoa, that was quick. These are in the oven for 25 minutes. They've been out of the oven now for half an hour and they've cooled. Otherwise my hand will be blistered by now. Now it's time to do the Lamington icing. First off, you're going to need a tablespoon of melted butter, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. These 2 things first in the bowl straight away. Now I've got 500 grams of pure icing sugar, that's going straight in. I've got about 130 to 150 mils of water, I want to put it in. Now that water's been boiling in the kettle, so it's going to melt everything together. So you want to give it a good whisk. It's got to be a consistency where it's not too runny, it's like more like a syrup. So when the Lamingtons go in there, they're going to stick all over the Lamingtons, so when it goes in the coconut, can stick together. All right, so now we're going to move quick. Lamington, dunk it in the chocolate. Do a quick flick around with the tongs, just ensure you got all the sides covered. Drain it, so you get the excess off. Dunk it into the shredded coconut. A little flick around onto the tray. Next one. Dunk it in again. Drain it all off. Into the coconut. onto the tray. Now once these are finished, these will go into the fridge for about half an hour to set. Now the icing sugar stops being soft, goes hard, then we do the next bit. Okay, the hard part's done now. These are ready to set, and then we can start to decorate it, our little Lamington Monsters. Here we go, very own Lamington Monsters. I've used my favourite lollies from the supermarket. Just get creative with what you want to do. Got to be careful, they do bite, just be careful. And I use pre-made icing to stick the lollies on different parts of the Lamingtons. Enjoy.